Big Polly's World of Sports Sims proudly presents the latest installment of the OOTP 21 Perfect Team series featuring your Universal Pioneers, or at least my Universal Pioneers. Today is the 70th part of this series. We're going to continue it until OOTP 22 is released, some point in 2021. Today is the 17th of October 2020. And I have already started to open up Perfect Team. The 17th day of October, the day that the Rays and Astros are playing a 7th game to decide who goes to the World Series out of the American League. The Rays had a 3-0 lead and were the second team in Major League history to blow a 3-0 lead, with the Astros coming back and forcing a 7th game. My Universal Pioneers in this league, 69 and 70, so it's not looking like we're going to make the playoffs. That's close to 500 or just below. In fact, I could show you we're 9 out of the wild card, we being the Pioneers, 14 out in the Eastern Division. So this season's going into the crapper real fast. We are 11th in runs scored, 11th in runs against. 4,661 points in the Perfect League Bank. Perfect points. So we can't get a diamond player with that little money, currency in perfect points. Trey Turner is our only gold player left at shortstop, so we're going to take 4 cracks before we do that. Let's take a look and see if we have any deadwood to sell. Look at our inactive cards. And we have none. Okay, good. Always try to look at the players you couldn't sell, but I sell everybody nowadays. So it's going to be 4 bronzes we're going to get, and see if this improves my team any. Likely it will not. I will tell you that up front, but likely it won't. Of course, there was big news in OOTP this week. The developers of the game have sold their interest to a Korean company, Ryan Helsley, the name of which I am forgetting at the moment. But I'm sure those of you in the know who follow the Digital to Dice podcast, some other podcasts covering OOTP. OOTP did not do a podcast this week. Here's Brian Shaw. I guess they want to get the news out of the acquisition by this Korean company on their schedule, and I don't blame them for doing that. And yeah, the first set of cards was a blank. And here we go with the second pack. We have 4 packs to go through. This will be number 2. And then we will sell the players accordingly. Ben Gamble. Clay Rapata of the 2012 Yankees, one of those one-hit wonders. Suarez, wonder why they call him Ranger. John Jay, another prospect of a few years ago that never materialized. Middleton of the Angels. Did you hear my chair squeaking? And Kyle Wright of the perhaps soon-to-be National League champion Atlanta Braves. I mentioned the series between Tampa Bay and Houston, Atlanta and the Dodgers. That series has been real good. Dodgers are now only down 3-2. They will be beginning their 6th game in a couple of hours as I record this. Avalon, not the song by Roxy Music, but the reliever of the Yankees. Carson Fulmer. Don Gleaton. I remember him. A silver, that's the biggest card we've had so far. Dominic Smith. Jarrett Walsh. Still no big cards. Don Newcomb of the 58 Reds. Newcomb was better known as a pitcher with the Brooklyn Dodgers, who played in the Negro Leagues. So by 58, he was kind of playing out the string. Perez of the Cubs. Cubs were ousted in the first round by the Marlins. Detroit didn't make the playoffs. That is Derek Rodriguez. Neither did Seattle. Sam Haggerty. Sounds like a good name for a golfer. Sam Haggerty, like David Faraty. Alex Young. We got 2 cards left. Roger Cedeno. That might sell for a little bit. Here's with the 99 Mets, who are a good team. And Stubby Overmeyer of the 51 Yankees. So now, yeah, like I thought, we weren't going to get any good cards off of that. But with only 4,000 in the bank, that's about as good as we could do. So we'll sell the cards now. We have 24 cards to sell. Hello, if you're just joining us and you just queued up to this part of the video, Ranger Suarez. We'll go for, okay, he's at 45. We'll put him up at 40. And I will put him on a 24-hour sale. Because I'll probably be relegated back to, well, I'll stay in the bronze division, but I'll probably be relegated back somewhere. Chad OJ at 68. He's going at 40, so I could put him up at 36. Sell him at 25 if he doesn't go. Sean Gilmartin of the Rays. Now, he is the husband of Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary at the moment. He's going at 19. Probably why he's going a little higher. I'm going to put him up at 10. Now, for those of you who think these double the minimum starting bids don't work, about a week ago I had Lamar Hoyt of the White Sox of the 80s, and I think I put him up at a minimum bid, and he wound up selling for $4,000. He wound up selling at a gold level price. So Sean Gilmartin, like I said, he is the husband of Kayleigh McEnany. Of course, Kayleigh just got caught. Been following the news. She came down with COVID about the time the president did. So we wish her well. Don Newcomb I'll put up at 10, which will be a bargain price for somebody. Bucky Walters we keep, but we get rid of the other 3 starters now. Kyle Wright, 54. So we'll put him up at 5.4 off of 58. 54 would be 49. You want to set these prices to a point where somebody will take a look at that and say, what a bargain. You want to create interest and you want to create action. Like Stubby Overmeyer is going at a minimum of 75. I'd put him up at 10. Somebody will see that and say, oh, 10 perfect points, that's a bargain. And there'll be a bidding war over it. Somebody will get it at a very cheap rate. I'd rather have a ridiculously low minimum and have people start bidding at that. Rodriguez is going to be a 9. Make it quick and painless so you're not getting these cards all over again. So all of these relievers are going to have to go. You ever notice how in OOTP there are a lot of relievers, perfect cards that are relievers? It seems like you could find more relievers doing perfect team than anything else. Put Clay Rapata up now while I'm thinking of it. He is going at 50, so I will put him up at 45. So you always want to go shade under 10%. That's how I do it. So, for those of you just tuning in, I have just queuing up to this spot in the video, I had just picked up 4 bronze packs and they were not fruitful, so I'm just selling off the cards who would not make my reserve team. Like I said, I don't like to keep a lot of cards because I don't play tournaments. So if I play tournaments, then it's kind of a what you see is what you get kind of lineup. I use my lineup in perfect team. I would use my lineup in perfect team and do it that way. 10. There was an old song called "What You See Is What You Get." I can't think of the authors of it. Could probably look it up on. Hell, why don't we just do that? Hang on, folks. I'm gonna. What you see is what you get. That was a song by somebody. Hang on, folks. I want to say it was the OJs. Dramatics. It was 1972 by the Dramatics. What you see is what you get. Can you tell I used to work in radio? Gotta have a mind for this kind of stuff. John King, no, not the CNN analyst, but the pitcher for the Texas Rangers. He goes at 10. He's only a 41. That's like the lowest rating you could have almost. Lowest rating you could have in perfect team is 40, I think. So we have Jerry Don Glayton to sell. I'll sell him right now. Put him up. And he's going at 50, so I'll put him up at 45. Move out that deadwood. Move out that deadwood. And Middleton goes at 9er. Brian Shaw. He's going for 43, and he is an iron player, so put him up at 10. Somebody will get a bargain on that if they bid on it. And we're down to Alex Young. We only got 8 more players to do after Young. And yeah, he's another guy that's just like astronomical price for him, 11. But the all-time winning bid on him was... So yeah, he was a gold at one point. He probably was a silver before that. That's probably why it's 150. I'll put him up at 10. And there you go. Okay, we keep our center, not center. I'm already starting to think ahead of the franchise hockey manager episode I'm going to tape. Dominic Smith, $270. That is a pretty good price for a silver. I'll put him up, minimum bid 200, get him for 100. Okay, so we're down to 7 players left. Hernan Perez, who plays third base, but he's one of those utility players. You could get him and play him a lot of positions. Okay, we're down to 6, and we have like 5 right fielders, and 3 of them are gold. Not gold, bronze. Jared Welsh goes at 7. Who misspeaks more often, me or Joe Biden? Start price is invalid. Yeah, because he's at 8. Okay. Get him up at 28, and don't be late. There we go. JJ Pleday. Actually, we gotta get rid of John Jay. What do you say? I just may. That's for all you Happy Gilmore fans out there. That's a 7. We're down to 4 right fielders to get rid of. We'll get rid of Haggerty first. Another one of these utility guys you could stick a lot of places. We'll sell him at 6. Now we have 3 right fielders to get rid of. We'll start with Roger Cedeno, who used to play for the Dodgers before he moved on to the Mets on the '99 team that nearly made the World Series. The Atlanta Braves had a great series that year with the Mets, and the Mets really gave them a lot of trouble before losing in 6 games. Kenny Rogers and that wild pitch of his, 50. That's what he will go for. Let's see, Ben Gamel. Back in earlier editions of OOTP, he'll go at 28. Ben Gamel was one of those players you had to watch because they thought he would be quite the prospect. But he's still in the major league, so that's saying something. And Gonzalez, Luis Gonzalez, no, not the Gonzalez who used to play for I think it was the Diamondbacks back in the day, 50, and we'll put him up. And there you go, folks. That's our episode for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Things go a little bit better for us. We might come back with a midweek episode, but we will at least be back in 7 days. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well, no matter where you are, no matter when you see this. Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.